No, what the fuck? Not again. Wait a minute.
So, what's the problem? The battery of this 18-year-old handheld drill is dead, almost due to the memory effect. In fact, there is no charge left. The problem is the battery. The drill works flawlessly, so it's time to do something. It's time to use lithium. For this project I have used a high discharge current cells. They are quite expensive, but can provide over 20 amps. Of course, I could use some cells recovered from old laptop batteries, but their discharge C rating is too low for a single cell, and I don't want to make a huge 6P 3S battery. With all that said, let's start doing something. As I said before, the drill is fine. I will just work on the battery. This thing was sealed very well, by the way. Was sealed. Inside there is a lot of old and obsolete nickel-cadmium cells, useless now. Only that connector will be recycled. Even if this battery pack has half the volume, weight less than a third than the old nickel-cadmium pack, it has double the capacity and higher voltage. So the drill will be a bit more powerful and less longer. To avoid over-discharging, I will monitor the voltage through this little voltage meter, on which I have reversed all buzzers for an easier assembly later. Of course I can't let it connected all the time, so what is the best way to disconnect it? And if it's just enough to unplug the ground, or I need to use some more complex switch to disconnect all cells? Check this very disliked video to understand why my choice was wrong. I made 4 holes on the top of the housing where I will fit the ballast charging cable. Look pretty nice. I hope that it wouldn't break. For the main connector, I have used a short cable that will carry the energy from the battery to the drill. I have used the protective screen sticker to find the perfect spot for the voltage meter. With a bit of drilling, grinding and making holes, this was the result. Then I made this fancy thing to turn the voltage meter off, using a multi-pole switch. After soldering together the balance changing cables and the voltage meter cables, a bit of heat tubing, I have soldered each wire to its respective cell according to the schematic. Everything now is looking good, and it works as expected. With the help of some big component glue, I have glued everything inside the case. But before closing everything, I set the alarm voltage to 2.8 volts. Another thing to do is to reduce the noise of buzzers. I have used some duct tape because they're freaking loud. It's time to close everything up. The last step is to charge the battery using a lithium battery charger, connecting the balance wire and the power wires to the main connector. So, this is the final result. Let's put it to the test using some screws for wood. And now at full power.
Much better now.
So, this is the final result. The battery is much lighter, has double the capacity of the original one, has a slightly higher voltage, so it can provide a lot more power to the motor, and last but not least, don't have that stupid memory effect. And finally, I have an 18-year-old handheld drill that works perfectly for 20 bucks. It will help me a lot in the future projects. You will see it often in action. Remember, you have to use a high discharge current batteries for this project because this tool draws a lot of power. You can reuse the 18650 lithium batteries from the old PC batteries, but remember you have to put a lot of them in parallel to equal the max discharge current. You will end up with higher capacity, but will take a lot of space. If you like this video or this project, put a like. Feel free to comment if you want to know something more, if you want to give another idea, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.